Hi, I'm Andy Johnson. Welcome to Advertising Week Europe, live here in London's Piccadilly. Well, I was getting a coffee early. I need at least 2 coffees to get me started in the morning for broadcasting, and I saw what I thought was some kind of speed dating session going on, and being a married man, of course, I didn't get involved. But what it was media recruitment for young people 18 and over, and we're going to talk about that and among other things as well with Marie-Claire Barker, who's the Global Chief Talent Officer of MEC, based in New York. Let's talk about that first. Fantastic idea. Tell us about it and what's happening.
So basically, MEC have a talent ambition, which is to change the face of talent management in the industry. And we're going to do that by approaching things like recruitment, development, retention in a very different way. So downstairs is our attempt to approach recruitment in a very different way. We started it last year at Advertising Week New York, where we pitched a tent in just off Times Square.
Wow.
And so we brought it to London, and we've got a series of senior leaders downstairs that are interviewing people to join us for an apprenticeship scheme.
Fantastic idea, and I think in about an hour's time, the successful candidates get to know, don't they?
Absolutely, we'll be telling 10 successful candidates that they've been successful and they can join us. Actually, they're going to join us tonight to celebrate, but then they'll join us on an apprenticeship scheme. It's
such an important thing to do, isn't it? Because there are so many young, talented people out there who are wanting to get a foothold into the media creative industries, and this is a great way to get them in.
Oh, it's fantastic, because what it does, because we're not taking a traditional approach to recruiting, what it does, it attracts a very different type of person in. And as our media business is expanding and changing, we need to think of what are the different avenues we need to take to bring a more diverse talent force in, and this is one of those steps. So it's great.
Also today, of course, you've been involved in one of the sessions here, which I love the title of Upping Your Elvis. Tell me about that. And how do we all up our Elvis?
Oh, how do you up your Elvis? So, again, the industry itself tends to focus creativity in a creative department, and what MEC are trying to talk about is widening the conversation to have creativity permeate through all the organisation. And Upping Your Elvis, and Jim Lusty, who spoke, one of the founders of Upping Your Elvis, is talking about how you take the behaviours of creativity and use it as a leader in the organisation to generate a creative culture, pretty much.
Does it matter which period Elvis we're talking about? Are we talking about Sun Records, or are we talking about 68 Comeback, or are we talking about Las Vegas, the later years?
I think it's Las Vegas, actually.
Las Vegas, yeah. Great title for it, and I understand the title came from a remark that Bono made a few years ago.
He did, yes. He used to, when he used to go into rooms and find out who was the most creative, he would say, who's the Elvis in the room? So it came from that.
And there's no reason why what you're doing here today with the younger people, we couldn't be discovering lots of young Elvises for the future of the industry.
Absolutely. We're constantly looking at how we can change the way we approach recruitment. For example, we were at South by Southwest 6 weeks ago, and we took virtual reality. So it was a day in the life of an MECer, and so candidates were able to, at a recruitment fair, look at what it would be like to be an MECer.
And what sort of things are you looking for then? Because you have this different take on creativity and what you want from the young people. How do you differ from what's already out there, would you say, and your approach to it?
So MEC has a talent manifesto, which is Don't Just Live, Thrive. And within that, there are elements that allow people to behave and contribute in their own unique way. So what we're looking for is people that are individuals. We don't want a cookie-cutter approach. So we don't have a set of behaviours that say, you must behave in this way. We'll say, in order to be a creative organisation, we need people who have an entrepreneurial mindset, or we need people who can overcome adversity and get to the end result, or people that can collaborate with their peers and the people that they work with. So it's all depending on who walks through the door and what talent we can spot in them, to be honest with you. And especially at that young age, they don't have the technical background necessarily. So we're looking to give them an experience at MEC and help them grow.
And we're talking about young people who haven't gone to university, aren't we? Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, because again, that's another thing, isn't it? Nowadays,
another breaking the norm.
The apprenticeships are out there, and the opportunities may be out there for people who don't want to go down what was seen as a more traditional route. They probably don't want to get saddled with a lot of debt, and
Absolutely.
They could be getting themselves out on the job market and get themselves 2 or 3 years ahead of their compatriots who have gone down the university route.
And our industry hasn't been great at doing that, to be honest with you. They've done more of the traditional milk rounds and looking at the go-to universities. So again, this is against the norm. So it's great. It's brilliant.
Fascinating to talk to you. It's not long now, is it, before you go home to New York? You've been over here already, you've got a few more important meetings, and then
go home
finally
Thursday.
get home.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us.
You're more than welcome.
Stuff, and good luck to all your candidates.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, a lot of opportunity for young people here at Advertising Week Europe as well, as you've heard. If you want to get involved, give us your thoughts on that particular aspect or anything else you've seen here. Of course, we're here all the way until Thursday. It's #AW Europe.